Alright guys, we added a GMB module into SERPATTACK yesterday, so I did a 1.5 minute video just explaining what we have added there, but I need to do a proper walkthrough, so that's what we're going to do in this video. Okay, so it's kind of basic at the moment, but we will be adding to it because I'm going to do a launch on Warrior Plus or JB, probably both, where we will add extra features for the upsells in that launch. So that when we have like an OTO1, it's got extra features, and OTO2 has got extra features. But if you have SERPATTACK, you get access to the full features, whatever we build for that anyway. So at the moment, what it's doing is it's going to go to Google search and it's going to go and search for your listing. Okay, what you want to do is you want to find your listing and you want to take whatever text is right there for your category. You can see here it says marketing consultant in Pattaya, Thailand. Shout out to the guy who basically has let me just come back here, the guy who's basically given me a 1-star review because he didn't get a software download from a product he bought on Warrior Plus, while we sold hundreds of them and everybody else did. I don't know why he felt the need to go to a GMB listing to complain when he could have sent a support ticket, but that's the world we live in. Okay, so that explains that, and probably explains as well why I'm actually sitting on page 4 for that particular term. If I just come over here, you can see what it's doing, what the tool will do. It will come down, it will go to page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4, etc. It will search the top 10 pages of Google for your listing. Okay, maybe it's page 3. Let's just come up here. Yeah, here we go. It's on page 3. So it's findable. Just check that it's findable before you get started. Okay, so what we're going to do, I'm going to copy this text here that comes directly from the listing. Okay, exactly as it is here. Now you probably find yourself for other keywords as well, or other business types as well. For example, I can find myself for marketing agency in Pattaya City. Whatever it says, whatever you can find yourself, you can put those in there as well. So what we're going to do, come over to SERPATTACK web application, and what we will do is we create a new project. Now when you create a new project, you've got the project type over here. What you want to do is scroll down till you find Google Business. Okay, and now you're going to see that it's not going to ask for any URL here, it's just asking for keywords. So I'm going to put in 1 keyword just for now. Okay, and I'll increase this just by 17 just for the purpose of doing a demo on the video. Okay, so project name, I'll just call this one GMB test to Tony. Okay, so I know what it is. Okay, Google Business title is listed in Google. Okay, so you can see when I come over here, it's just KISS Internet Marketing. Okay, copy that exactly as it says in there, and we can put that in here. Okay, so next we click on the options, and you can see we've got duration to view. This is for going to your website. So what we're actually doing here is it will click through on your listing. Okay, and when it clicks through on your listing, it's going to browse the photos and any videos that you've got there. Okay, it's not going to actually play the videos. I will add that feature in later as an extra option. But what it will do after it's done some browsing and clicking about and clicking on directions, etc., is it will click on the website. Okay, so it will go over to your website. This should help for being able to get your website ranking as well. Okay, so we're doing 2 things here. We're clicking through, we're doing a CTR for the Google, for the GMB listing, and also we're clicking through on the website. So both of them are related, so that should give us some good engagement, and so that we can in here set the retention time for the time spent on the actual website. So if you're familiar with VidAttack Alpha or SERPATTACK, you know that we have a blog browser. Okay, in the blog browser we can set the time to view the website. So we want to set this at 2 minutes. Okay, 2 minutes is the sort of tipping point for the amount of time spent on a page. Okay, that's the tipping point. So aim for 2 minutes on average. I know it takes a little bit longer then to be able to do the campaigns, but that is the tipping point. That's the dwell time that we want to spend on a website. It's different from a Chrome extension page where there's very little information there. That 1 minute is okay there, but for a proper website, you want to spend 2 minutes. Now the number of pages we want to visit, we can set this as many as you want. If you've got a lot of blog posts, for example, you can set that for 4 or 6 or 8. And if you're going to do that, then the average view time you're going to keep still at 2 minutes. So the more pages you put, the longer it's going to take to go through the campaign. Okay, so I'm going to keep this for the moment at just between 1 and 2 pages. Okay, I'm not going to put a delay in here because I'm just doing this as a demo video. Okay, and I'll put the web browser visible so that we can watch what's actually happening in this video. Okay, so all I have to do is I click on save here, and that should start to pick up from the desktop tool. So I'm just going to bring over the desktop tool here. What you want to make sure in the desktop tool, this is where we get crowdsourced views. You can see this has just popped up now, GMB test 20. Okay, so what happens here is, I'll just see the browser's just popped up. What you want to check in here, I should say, is make sure you've got scheduled tasks enabled. Make sure also that you've got proxies on. Okay, so we're using squid proxies for this. When we've got more people in, we can turn off the proxies and use home IP, but we really need a few hundred people. So when I do that launch, I'm going to do a couple of launches in Warrior Plus. We should be able to get a few hundred or a couple of thousand people in, hopefully, and that will give us more members, and we can switch to the home IP. We could do some very cool features from there as well. So now you can see it's doing the searches. Let me just expand on this, and it will go to page 3, I think it was, and when it eventually finds the listing, it's going to click through on that listing. So I think this is still on page 1. And if you've got any suggestions what we can do with this, because I'm not really into the local SEO stuff, but if you've got any suggestions that you think we should do, then by all means feel free to contact us either in the SERPATTACK Skype group or via support email, support@anthonyhayes.me. And you know, if it's something that's doable and that's not going to be hard to maintain, we can add that as well. I think for sure that we're going to add a video viewer. So if you've got a video on your listing, it will click through and watch on YouTube, and it will increase the watch time, retention time, session time. If you get any end screen videos there, we can click on that and watch that as well. And we can go deep with those end screen videos as well when we do it on YouTube, but that's still to be added. That's what we will probably add next. And so you can see it's just browsing around. It's going to spend a couple of minutes on here, and then it will go over to the website. Then it will do the blog browsing on the website. I created this listing actually for a course I had done a few years ago, so it's never really been used seriously as an agency. I've never done agency services from this one. Only services I've done is just from people who know me here in Pattaya or elsewhere. So I'm not too fussed, but still it's a good addition. It's a good module for the people that are doing the sort of offline SEO stuff. See what it's doing here. Probably we should be clicking on that little icon thing there. We'll probably tweak that a little bit. But first version is looking quite good so far for what we're able to put together. And it was all put together in just a couple of hours, believe it or not. Very quick, very easy for my developers. So we will definitely take this further. So now it's came back from those browsing around, and it should now click to go through to the website, and you can see it's gone to anthonyhayes.me. Okay, it's going to spend a couple of minutes there as well. So that's basically how it works. It's going to spend some time there. It's going to browse around a couple of pages, and it will spend 2 minutes on each on average. Okay, so some might be 3 minutes, another one might be 1 minute. It's kind of randomized, but that's basically how it works. Good addition. We will take it further, even if it's you know, it's decent right now, but we will definitely take it further. We will add some extra features to the Google Business tool. So watch out for that. And if you haven't got SERPATTACK, then keep an eye out for that Warrior Plus launch, where you can get it like a one-time cost for the Google Business module. And we also do one for the YouTube Shorts module as well. We've just recently added to be able to do YouTube Shorts views as well. Okay, so we will take this much further. Any feedback is requested, really, not just that we would happy to get some feedback. It would be good for anybody who's doing the local SEO stuff to get in touch and tell us the stuff that you want to see in here that would move the needle to be able to get you more traffic, okay? And so we can seriously consider what we can add into that. Okay, thanks.